Need some coins for that God Squad you've always wanted? For the cheapest coins anywhere, check out MMOEXP.com and use code ZERK for 5% off your order. Link is in the description.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
I figured today would be a great time to do a lineup update. I made a couple of changes to the team, and I actually have not done one this year, so you guys get your first look at my full team. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Dill Vision for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance to shout out in the next video, drop a like in the vid, make sure you guys are subbed to the channel, turn notifications on, and comment down below. Noti Gang. Also, guys, we have college football games on today, and NFL Week 1 picks are live right now in Underdog Fantasy, so if you guys want to check out Underdog, make sure you use code ZERK to match first deposit up to $100. If you deposit $100, they will give you a $100 match as well, so you have $200 to play with. So let's go over the team, starting off with the offense. Also, I will let you guys know, you can see right here, we have Warren Moon at quarterback. I do have a gameplay up over on my second channel, Zirksee 2. That's where all my gameplays are. For those of you guys that always comment where are the gameplays, they're on Zirksee 2. I posted like 4 gameplays, I think, so far this year. But Warren Moon gameplay just got posted over there, and Kam Chancellor and AJ Terrell, all of which are on the team still. We'll go over them. But Warren Moon at quarterback, I think he's the best QB in the game. Just did the gameplay with him. I've only played 1 game so far, but he has not overthrown any passes. He didn't overthrow any passes in the gameplay. No inaccurates. You definitely will notice the 90 throw power as well. I will go over my strategy cards and everything with you guys as well, so you can see all the boosts and stuff. But in terms of the +2 throw power, you had to get that in Madden 23. It's too late to get it now. That's how I got that strategy card. But throwing stats, really good. Best QB in the game. Do I think he's worth 1.1 million? I think he's going for right now. I don't think 1.1 million, but if you wait a week, usually after the first week, Legends get a lot cheaper, so just look out then. But I do have Gunslinger on him for 2 AP, gives him faster passes, and I feel like I really noticed that in the gameplay. And then I am running Omaha as well for his X Factor. Now, I do have Seahawks Chem on him. I'm not running Seahawks Chem, like I'm not going for theme team chems at all, I never do, but I just happen to have that, so it gives him +1 strength. Running backs, Frank Gore. I only have Frank Gore in the lineup because of the team captain chemistry. You get an awareness, a change of direction, and a play rec on those guys, although I'm actually not starting any of them. And currently, Eric Berry isn't even in my lineup right now, so that's why I only have 3 out of 4 for the Chem. But it's starting running back, I have Ramondre. Now, I'm looking to potentially switch off to go to Franco Harris now that I have Warren Moon, a quarterback that I really, really trust to throw the football. I like Ramondre a lot because in terms of being a pure runner of the football, he's been great. He has been, you know, my running back pretty much since the beginning of the game. I have goal line back on him, which I do actually use as well, and Freight Train. You can see the stats: 85 speed, 85 excel, 87 truck, 87 break tackle. This card has been so good for me. Absolutely amazing. And as I did mention, backup, we have Bijan Robinson and Frank Gore. Fullback, Reggie Gilliam. If you guys don't know, Reggie Gilliam is my guy. Was out in Vegas with me and a bunch of the other guys that also work with Underdog Fantasy. Reggie was out there. Super dope dude. Just shout out to Reggie. Anytime Reggie gets a card, he's probably going to end up being my fullback right there. Wide receivers, we have Justin Jefferson, Chad Ochocinco, and Devin Hester. I'll be honest, in terms of my favorite receiver, it's probably Hester. I think it has to do with the speed and also the kick return ability, but 87 speed, 87 excel, 90 deep route running. In my opinion, the best receiver in the game. I know some people like Ochocinco more. I like Hester more. He just plays better. In terms of abilities, I'm actually not running any abilities on wide receivers except for Double Me on Chad Ochocinco. I did run Energizer on Hester for a little bit, but I just don't really feel like you need to run abilities on receivers right now. You know, you don't get like short in or deep out really on these guys. You get like mid in on Ochocinco. I just don't really think it's worth it. You don't really see a lot of people out there running KOs, obviously, because you just can't get them. Then offensive line, I have Paris Johnson out of position at left tackle. Then we have Damian Lewis at left guard, John Michael Schmitz at center. I have Anthony Bradford at right guard, and I just picked up Dan Dierdorf here at right tackle. Now, Kyle Pitts is at tight end. With Pitts here, you know, I really wanted to go ahead and pick up Gesicki, but Gesicki's like, I think 575k as the time recording this video. I just don't think it's worth it to spend that many coins. If he was more around 430, 425, I'd get him, because then, you know, eventually I would just quick sell him and lose 75,000 coins at most. But I just don't think it's worth the coins to upgrade. Kyle Pitts has been so good for me, 6'6". So overall, in terms of abilities, guys, I am running goal line back on Ramondre, but I might switch over to Franco Harris so I can get the running back apprentice, Warren Moon, and then I do have 2 linemen as well with abilities on them. I'll be honest, you know, is tear proof really good? Not really. I haven't really noticed it really at all. But I will say sometimes I do see them flash. And when I see them flash sometimes on that O-line, then it does seem like they're blocking really, really good on that certain block. So is it like crazy? Should you be using it? Probably not. It's probably not even worth using. But, you know, I have 2 extra AP and I don't really feel like anything on any other players I can get abilities on are really worth it. With that being said, though, Dan Deerdorf, who I just picked up today, does get Identifier, so I will let you know, maybe I'll make that switch and I'll rock Identifier. And then here is the defense. So at linebackers, you guys see I have Nolan Smith out here. I also have DeMarcus Ware, Dorian Williams, and Roquan Smith. Nolan Smith and DeMarcus Ware, they do play for me, but Dorian Williams, Roquan Smith, they don't play. I use my safeties at middle linebackers, so they just don't play at all. I run big nickel mostly. And then at safeties, I have Ed Reed and I have Jair Brown. And then middle linebackers, I have Kam Chancellor and Cameron Curl, both with Deflator. Now, you might say, why Deflator over Crusher? Because Deflator gives you more ball carry fatigue on non-conservative tackles. Now, Crusher gives you heavy ball carry fatigue on hit sticks, but it's really hard to hit stick people this year. I would rather just, you know, go for any tackle on them except for, you know, spamming A. That's conservative tackle. That will not fatigue them, but I'll tell you guys right now, so many times with just Cam Curl middle linebacker, I've been able to hit running backs, make them super tired. They come out, they're running slower, they fumble more often, or backups come in especially. That's where you really notice it, is on running backs. Having 2 deflators out there with Kam Chancellor and Cam Curl, I think is so worth it. Now, onto the corners, we do have the competitive pass, AJ Terrell. I was one of the first 1,000 people to get AJ Terrell, but I sold that one because there's just no point in keeping that one. It has extra buckets, but the abilities suck, so it's not worth keeping. I sold it for like 300K. AJ Terrell, though, 86 speed, 86 XL, does have 89 zone. Again, we'll go over the strategy cards here in a moment. At cornerback number 3 in the slot, I do have Jalen Ramsey. He's cornerback 3, and I also play him in the slot right there. 87 overall, Jalen Ramsey. Very excited to get his last token, you know, to get him up to 88 and then 89 overall. But as of right now, still 85 speed, 87 zone, and 88 man coverage. We also have Richard Sherman, who is the worst man coverage corner I've ever seen in Madden history. Like, you just cannot play this guy in man. 82 man, but 93 zone is incredible. 86 speed. If you have him out there, you know, covering deep, he does good. Javon Curse here at left end, Reggie White at right end, who actually does not get on the field for me, and then I have Warren Sapp at defensive tackle. Now, I do have unpredictable on him, 81 speed, 90 block shot, 87 power move. He's been incredible. As I said, I do run big nickel defense, so I do have DeMarcus Ware and Nolan Smith there on the edge, and on the interior, I have Warren Sapp and Javon Curse. So if I need to QB spy somebody, I throw Javon Curse into a spy. Warren Sapp is always going to be, you know, rushing the passer, which is why I do have him with unpredictable. And then DeMarcus Ware, Nolan Smith, you might see me drop Nolan Smith back into a spy sometimes, or QB contain. So if anybody's always going to be pass rushing, it's Warren Sapp. That is why I have my pass rush ability on Warren Sapp. He will never drop back in a spy for me. But in terms of abilities, I have universal coverage on Ed Reed here, and then Sherman with universal coverage, as well as AJ Terrell with universal coverage, and then unpredictable on Warren Sapp, and 2 deflators. It's worked for me. I've done really, really good. Honestly, I don't think I've ever played better to start a year, to be completely honest with you guys. Last week with Mud Champs, I went 22-3. I think one of those was a disconnect. This week, I went 15-2, I believe, and then that's it because I don't need to play any more of that. I got all my objectives done with the competitive pass, and then head-to-head online, I think I've legitimately only lost like 2 games out of like 20-something, I think, 23, 24, 25 head-to-head games that I've played. Only 2 legitimate losses. The others have been my Xbox shutting off and then a disconnect. I think in total of like 50 to 60 games right now, I only have like 5 actual losses, so I've played really, really good. Kicker and punter, we have Jason Myers, Ryan Stonehouse, and then Devin Hester, Chad Ochocinco at kick returners. Punt returner is Devin Hester. Here's how I set up my specialist. You guys see I have Devin Hester in the slot, my rush DTs, rush right end, rush left end, sub linebackers. Jalen Ramsey is playing as my slot corner, and then strategy, I run Jetso, Ravens D. Team affinity, I'll change this out. I just have it as Vikings. I've just never changed it, whatever. But defensively, +2 zone to corners, and then quarterback is +2 throw power again. You get that from the rookie premieres, so you can't get that now. And then my coach is Sean McDermott, who gives +1 zone to all players. And then, of course, my visuals, Cowboy stuff. Color Rush, I got that from Field Pass, and then the Cowboys dark uniforms as well. So that's the lineup, that's the team, the abilities, the strategy cards, everything. Let me know down below what overall you guys are, how your team is currently looking. Now, I know I could go out and make some improvements to this team, like O-line. I could have, higher overall offensive linemen. I could probably go out, pick up better corners as well, but I'm playing really good right now, and unless I start to see things really go bad, then I'll make some upgrades. But right now, this team is working perfectly for me. Obviously, at some positions, I have some of the absolute best players. In other positions like, tight end, O-line, corners, I could have some better cards, but I just don't really feel the need to. So if you guys enjoyed, drop a like on it, hit that sub button down below. Check out Zirksee 2 for all the gameplays. See you guys next time. If you guys enjoyed this video, check out these.